Oh man, I am bound to fall through these stairs. Oh, that's not even a stair. That's, oh my gosh. All right, y'all. We are on site for an interior junk removal demolition. I don't really even know what to really call this one. This one is a project. This is part of another, maybe part 2 of another video we did recently of us really doing the outside of their property, really cleaning it up. Outside looks nice. The people that bought this property, I cannot stress enough, are here to invest in our town. They've got multiple jobs lined up, multiple projects lined up, and they care about certain things. Like, they don't want doors touched because they like the aesthetic of the doors. They want original trim left. And we're not here to like flick, paint off the wall. That's going to be something they hire their contractors to do when they come in and redo this. But we're here for the other dirty stuff. Let's take a look. So we bid this out floor by floor. So we're here to do the nasty stuff. We're here to basically tear out all of this, that, of course the disgusting toilet, anything wood paneling, fake wood paneling, any carpet in the place goes. Drop ceiling goes, carpet again, wood paneling again. There are no utilities on in the house. It's 85 degrees outside. This will be a joy. But all that goes. Again, this goes. And this is just the upstairs. There's also like a little wood table up in the attic and a piece of carpet. So we're going to grab that too. That was part of the upstairs bid. If you saw the last video, I actually bid this project out in sections to kind of A, manage expectations, which I always recommend. B, helps me visualize, how many dumpsters, how many hours do I need for each floor. The cool thing is I don't typically do a lot of these for clients because, it's just not recommended a lot or asked for a lot. But I do this type of work on this old houses or apartments of my own because I have apartments from like the 1800s, early 1900s. And I understand, the value of keeping the original railings, keeping the original trim. So that's part of the reason I believe this person used me, is because I showed them some of my own properties and they were impressed and were like, okay, yeah, you're the type of person I want to do this job. All right. Oh my gosh, let's go back down. So unfortunately, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to kind of play helicopter parent with anybody who comes in here to help me with this project. We're in the downstairs section now. Again, drop ceilings, carpet. At first, they only wanted me to do like the upstairs and the outside. And then they're like, you know what? We're out of towners. Hit it all. So we come back and we have a clean slate, which is awesome. So we got basically the whole job. Really cool thing. If you really like old houses, they got a win on this one. They've got original pocket doors. It looks like they've got one off the tracks, which is a pain. I have pocket doors in one of my apartments. So cool. Well, I guess I have 2 of them in one apartment because there's 6 units. But they are amazing. I mean, look at this. Some kid literally drew all over it. That kind of stuff drives me nuts. But in the end, I'm sure based on what they've told me, they're going to go all out, fix all that up. It's going to look great. But that is a win in the old home remodel situation. But we come over here. That was more of like a dining room, not a dining room. It's got a fireplace, so maybe a living room space. This would probably be a dining room space based on this old lantern here, I'd have to guess. Let's see what else we got here. Like an old closet. Actually, this is part of an addition. I think we're gonna bid out a separate job to actually tear out this addition. From the outside, it looks awful. So this will basically unbolt those from the wall and knock this bad boy down. But I don't want to expose this side of the house until there are doors here and we are actually done with everything else in here. Squatters can definitely be a problem in part of town, so we're going to avoid that at all costs. Then we got all this plaster. I basically told them to save on weight, and they actually want to try to restore a lot of plaster, which is a tough job to do, but I mean, they might be able to do it. But I really only want to pick up the drywall and plaster that's already on the ground. I'm going to try to keep as much of it on the wall as possible. And this is funny. I put in a bid removal of tile, and it wasn't even tile. It's wallpaper. So that's kind of nice. I know at least now it's not going to be super heavy, because that would have been a lot of tile. I've actually picked up tile or taken it off in a very large bathroom of my own, and it was an extremely heavy dumpster. So this will probably all be picked up with shovels. Luckily there's no carpet in here, but we do have a drop ceiling, and then we got some metal cabinets that will, well, that one's wood, some metal cabinets that we'll probably toss out and get rid of in maybe a scrap pile. And then again, this is the other half of that addition, which just has a bunch of junk in it. So what we'll probably do is get everything outside. Unfortunately, we'll probably have to touch everything twice, because I don't want to grab everything and just keep walking it. I really just want to throw stuff out windows, out doorways, and then we'll basically pick it up, put it in the dumpster as neatly and as stacked well as we can. And then we might even come in with a mini and crunch it up and make plenty of room to fit as much of this in as possible. So believe it or not, we don't need like a whole lot of tools for this. We're definitely gonna need a step ladder. I might need to go back and get another one. Probably need a drill, a couple wrenches, a couple hammers. I literally just threw that together, a 5-gallon bucket from my shop this morning. I'm gonna get a bigger tarp so we can drag things out in sections. We also, of course, definitely need these. It doesn't, like, there's not a whole lot of mold or anything, but it's going to be very dusty as we tear stuff apart. So nothing in this place scares me. I've at least done one, if not all of these things at one of my apartments. So it wasn't in nearly as bad as condition. But at the end of the day, you'd be shocked that basically every house is held up with toothpicks and Band-Aids. So at the end of the day, you tear it all apart. The cool thing is we don't have to put it back together. We just have to tear it apart gently. So we do have to take our time. We can't be super destructive with this. One thing that's driving me nuts is I got everything cleared out of this place. I can't describe to you, if you haven't seen the video already, of what this used to look like, how gross it was. And every day I come back here and this pile of crap from the neighbors who started a project but haven't finished just keeps blowing farther and farther over. And every morning I come back, and I guess I've only been here like 3 times, but there's wrappers and loose paper and stuff all over, coming from here into here. And I'm just bummed, because when the people come to see our progress, I want them to be amazed and not have a bunch of litter in their yard after I cleaned it up already. But what can you do? There he is. Just in time.
Literally. Like, look, I was walking, I almost slipped because it's like an inch of a stair right
It's
there.
only like a little ledge.
The carpet just fakes it. They're
Yeah,
not real.
they're not even there. Welcome
To hell?
Yeah, our new domain.
At least it doesn't stink.
It doesn't really stink. That's what's awesome.
That's what I was worried about.
It's got a little bit of a stench in one room.
Stairs are just gonna get out. There's a second set of stairs?
No, those are just to the attic, but there's hardly anything we need up there. There's only one room that really smells, and it's mostly this one, and I'm pretty sure it was a cat. But we're gonna roll up that carpet and get rid of it quick.
That's fine, I think. Alright, I'm gonna go
You got boots?
I
Just, I was about to say, I hope so. I got you a mask down there too, but
Alright.
I'm gonna start tossing stuff out the window. A lot of you guys are gonna ask why we don't actually just put the dumpster right under the window, but the main reason is because we're gonna actually meticulously stack everything we do rather than just toss it in willy-nilly. But there is a method to the madness, I promise. It definitely helps keep the loads down to 1 or
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it.
Someone was just basically floating above the first floor when they took a bath. This stuff isn't anything. This is why you have to be careful. This is like a 5-pound weight. And it just fell from the ceiling as I poked one of those tiles. I don't know how that thing was held, but that would have knocked us out. Stuff adds up quick, real quick. We're not even in carpet yet. That's the stuff that takes up a lot of room. Blood!
Oh.
But yeah, they do make you really hot. Not hot looking.
No. I'm a punk.
Oof. Cyberville, these would be the masks you'd wear. I think we're going to use this tub to fill with debris and then basically carry it down the stairs. That way we can get some of the loose stuff in here, pour it into the dumpster. We'll probably make another scrap metal pile for this place. Alright, so we're going to drop the ceiling tiles first so we can expose that ridge right there, and then you access all the paneling and pull it off basically in sections. And then from there, we're really just going to pile up all this little bits of debris into the carpet, roll the carpets up, duct tape them, toss them out the window. That's what we hope happens. Who knows what we'll find next. That was easy. The amount of exposed wires just kind of blows my mind how they routed them. We got all of the trim off there, so we should be able to pull these off in sections, but we're also going to be careful. I don't know if they really want to keep this trim. I don't think it's original. Actually, I know for sure it's not, but they still might not like it to have for measurement purposes, you know, try to make their life easier. So we'll try to pop it out and then pull the trim off too. That way they can still get that. But I mean, this is cleaning up pretty quick. We just got to get all this off, get the carpet, and we're done pretty much with this top floor. Alright, folks. Let's see what you guys think this might be. So this was hidden under, or on top of a ceiling tile, which means somebody didn't want somebody to find it. I have a wild guess of what I think it is. And I think it's a little homemade. But basically, somebody tied a glove and the fingers together on this, but left a portion of it exposed. Looks like it may have had a substance of a sort on it. But it was in a hiding place. Lick it.
No. Hell no.
I bet you that is an ancient pleasure device. Homemade pleasure device. I really think it is.
I thought it was a wizard stick.
A wizard stick. She might have called it that.
I'm just kidding.
Or he.
I
Oh boy.
bet you won't sit on it.
No, I won't. I think it's been sit on plenty of times. Alright, we're getting out of that nasty inside. What we're going to do is we're going to start piling this stuff nice and neat into the dumpster for a little bit, get a little bit of fresh air before we get done with the last room and start on the carpet. I watched the Amish stuff an entire garage once into one of my dumpsters, and I realized how valuable stacking this stuff can be. But we're gonna go refuel before we get to this, and we got one room with paneling left and all the rooms with carpet on the top floor, and that's actually that part of the bid. That should be done, and I think we can easily get all of it right in here. Well, that was a little unexpected.
Oh.
Well, pink matches the walls too. This was a very pink room at one point, but we've got this. We've got a couple pounds of plaster. We're just basically gonna roll all this together, keep it together as best we can. All right, this was a nightmare. So this carpet is so old that it's basically disintegrating as we rip it up, and we're not weak dudes, so we're trying to pull this up. So now I think we're gonna break out the shovels because it's not even good floor under here. It's linoleum. I did not bid to take that up. I honestly didn't bid to take up 2 layers of this, but I wanted to look good when they come in. So this is pretty much the stopping point after we get this up. And I'll get as much as the other half of this carpet up as we can with the shovels, but I'm hoping these will kind of knock it out quick.
The back saver, that's probably older than we are.
Yep, that's what happens when you do a flat rate bid. You have a surprise and you don't get paid more for it. That was the worst carpet I've ever picked up in my life. Last one. Last ceiling for the upstairs is all we got left. In this carpet. So we're back for day 2 of the upstairs of this place, and I think I need to emphasize what happens when you start to get really tired in these situations. You may have seen in some of these videos where we're doing things with shovels or pulling carpet a certain way, or, you know, pulling things down. It is incredibly hot inside of this place. No ventilation, nothing. Those masks get really warm, and you literally just stop thinking. I mean, truly, I got into my truck, I got into the AC, I started cooling off, I started reflecting on the whole day and thinking about how I could have done everything easier or more efficiently as I was sitting down, not fully exhausted. So keep that in mind when you watch videos of anybody on the internet working and you go, why don't they do it this way? Why don't they do it that way? Your body gets to a point where it's just literally in motion, and you know something needs to be done, but you're probably not doing it in the most efficient way possible or with the resources you have in that moment. Because obviously there's a dozen tools I could use go every time to Home Depot and get to make my life easier, but sometimes you just need to knock it out. But then sometimes you literally have the tools right in front of you and you're not even thinking to use them a certain way. And yeah, that was definitely one of those experiences. It's a little bit cooler this morning. We're getting started a little earlier, so I'm kind of hoping our stamina sticks with us, but both of our backs are just shot. And every day I stay here, I'm losing money, so I really need the upstairs to be done today and then get a head start on the downstairs. So let's hope that happens. All right, so I just found one of these in the ceiling from the drop ceiling, and it just gave me an idea. Oh, it's too big. Come off. Gotta find something. Grab that with. That doesn't work. We found another. Look low. Look tight. There we go. Right. Look at that. It's a little clunky, but it is way better than what we've been doing with our back work. A little leverage goes a long way. It's getting all stuck. We might have to reset, but this is way easier, believe it or not. Hopefully, this carpet is not installed the way these two rooms were. But 5 minutes later, she up. Now I just got the piddly crap to pick up. Try to get this up, make the client happy. Upstairs is done. Take a look. So here's what it kind of looks like. You know, keep in mind, you're gonna have a vision here because we are not remodeling this place. We are here to take stuff out. We went the extra mile on a lot of things. We removed 2 layers of trim, 2 layers of carpet, one of which was glued to the floor. We swept literally buckets of debris out of here. We took out any plaster that fell, so that was kind of an unknown what that was going to be. The carpet again was another unknown, having it be 2 layers and glued like that. We got the carpet out of here. We ended up taking up about 98% of these spike strips. This is probably the last piece I need to get. I didn't have that in the bid, but we got them anyway. We come through here. Got the toilet out already. Bathroom, I mean, there's like 4 different types of floor here, but we took up the immediate layer. Look at those shims that somebody used to try to even out this floor. I promise it did not help. But there's a lot to be done in here. They told me to leave this up for now, basically because they don't want all the plaster to fall off the wall when I pull it off. So that's kind of their deal after that. But from there, moving to here, we cleaned up some of the blue carpet that was stuck to the ground. I'm not going to go with a razor blade here because I don't know if they're going to end up putting carpet on here. They're going to basically clean it, cover it with a pad, and carpet over it. So the tub still needs to go, and I can't really get that out the window, so it'll go down the stairs here in a little bit. But no, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. Take a look. Oh, so that's basically the upstairs right there. Honestly, there's actually a little bit of other debris from another guy that I did a drive-by pickup for today, so it really isn't even that much. We could probably get a very big portion of the downstairs into there. And then we have the scrap metal pile over there. We're getting it. My old man into helping us on his day off. How was it worth it, Dad? Oh, yeah, so his day off, I conned him over here to do a little bit of work with us because the more I can get done in this room today, or this floor, we can make up for the fact that I underbid this. Dad left to take care of other business. Keegan left because he's got a date. That man, luck. He's needing to get his freak on. So anyway, we got quite a bit of cleanup to do, but this stuff came off so easy compared to upstairs. I'm hoping the carpet's the same, but we're making progress. Back from the weekend, and I'm actually quite surprised here. Here's the dumpster as it lies. Pretty full, as you can see. I rigged up a strap and I put some paneling up here so we shed water because it rained over the weekend, and I basically wanted the water to shed off and not end up in the dumpster filling up all the carpet and, you know, the drop ceiling tiles. What I'm really surprised of is that, well, nobody used the dumpster over the weekend just because of the part of town we're on. If you notice over here, the neighbors have still left all their trash out, and there's a dumpster sitting there. It's been there for like 4 or 5 days, which is driving me nuts because if you watched in our last video, I had this entire place covered in trash. Absolutely covered in trash, and we got it all cleaned up. I mean, every freaking wrapper was picked up. And now I've got these neighbors' contents just blowing over here because, I'll just say it, they're being lazy. That's the only way I can say it. And so now we're gonna get this going. So here's the dumpster. We still have room back here, and under these panels there's a little bit of room, but the problem is I want to try to get the rest of the stuff remaining in the house, which includes 2 rooms of carpet, some drop ceiling, and some plaster, into this dumpster. But the door's closed because there's stuff starting to spill out. So my solution to that is A, we're going to push as much of it as we can forward, which I already did. But B, we'll get the mini, we'll pull it up here, smash this down, pull as much out here as we can, and then luckily one of my dumpster bags showed up. And that box is one of my dumpster bags. I basically plan to do is fill the dumpster bag inside of the house as much as we can, drag it out, and then use the mini to just plop it right in here one time. That's it. So basically I'll use the mini to drop carpet just from the ground into here, and that dumpster bag just full of all the debris, wood, like the little scraps, the things that are a pain to pick up. I don't have to haul them out in wheelbarrows and buckets, leave the back door open and push them in. I'll just drop it right on the top and we'll send this thing down the road. That's the game plan. Hopefully we have enough room. I'm telling you, people don't give a darn when you're unloading stuff. They just like pass, like this car right here, it's gonna pass by right by me. This one's not really bad, but sometimes people are literally inches away, and it just blows my mind. Whatever happened to just like common courtesy when people are unloading stuff on the side of the road. We recruited Zach. He's helping today. Zach, what do you think of this place?
What's that?
What do you think of this place?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, you live here?
Yeah.
No, you can say no, it's okay.
No.
All right, so we're gonna get all this picked up now. A lot of this stuff will go in the dumpster, and then we'll start getting that green bag in here. Or yellow bag, that's a yellow bag. And we'll start filling this.
Zach found a gun. We're safe. There you go. Put that in your back waistband. Okay. Yep. Oh shit.
That worked really well. He stayed in here and basically made sure it didn't hit anything on the walls, all this stuff here. I mean, it never even got higher than this. So, I mean, there's a little bit of dust here. And oh no, we bent this little piece right here. A little piece of trim that needs to come off anyway. So that worked oddly well. Don't do that.
Oh yeah.
I can't stress enough how much the Mini saves our back. So right now we're going to start picking up all this piddly stuff sitting on the ground. Zach's helping me with that. Keegan's dropping a second dumpster here that we're going to actually fill with all the scrap metal. And then he's going to move this one out of the way, have it loaded for tomorrow. Sweep a little bit more on the inside, and then we're done. Cool thing is, that's easily 3 dumpsters worth of stuff. 1 dumpster. This whole place, 1 dumpster. Take a look at the place. All of this, gone. Everything in here, gone. Drop ceiling, gone. Everything in this crazy weird addition, gone. All the plaster on the ground there, easily gone. Empty. This addition over here, empty. It's hard to see because it's dark. All this carpet, stuffed in the dumpster. This is gone. And then you remember the upstairs, all the stairs, these crappy stairs. Keep in mind, guys, this is still a project, so this isn't supposed to look like super nice. But this, we're probably gonna come back up here and sweep because we drug a little bit more out. But this turned out. That's the last thing that we need to drag out of here, which will go in the scrap dumpster. Otherwise, we're done. What do you think, Egan?
I think she's heavy.
It's going up. Oh.
Heavy.
See, I can still get my fingers under the fender. I shouldn't do that right now. But she's heavy, but she's not that bad. Keegan's getting the scrap in and about to call it. All right, we got it. Keegan, how many days we were here? 4 days? 4 full days? All right, and that includes the last video. So go back and see the last video where we did the exterior. About 3 days on the interior, I'd say. Really 2 days on the interior, and then 1 day cleaning up our scrap piles and stuff we had out here. So 4 full days, we'll say. 2 full-time guys, 1 part-time guy, and then I recruited my dad for like 2 hours. Poor guy, he's like, I'm done, see ya. Well, wasn't too bad. Why don't you go ahead and guess in the comments how much you think we charge for this job? And keep in mind, I undercharge for this job. How many times did I say that?
Every time?
Yeah.
Every time we do a job.
Yeah, every time we do a job in general. With this one, I said it a couple times. But we made out okay. For 4 days, we were very efficient. And what? We end up with 2 scrap dumpsters. I'll even add how much we scrapped those dumpsters to our total.
Half scrap too.
Yeah, half scrap on that one?
So
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
true.
really even counting, in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll hardly count that first one or that second one, but that first dumpster wasn't bad
No.
of scrap. So go ahead and take a guess. We'll add up all the scrap plus what they pay us, and I will subtly like the person who gets it right. So you have to dig through the comments to see if anybody gets it right. And then that person, I'll send you a hat. So the first person to be within, let's say like $100 bucks. Is it $100? $50 to $100. 50 bucks. First person within 50 bucks of the right guess, we'll send you a hat. Hope to catch you guys next time. Go ahead and criticize this because we did some really weird things to get this stuff done. Go ahead, just light us up in the comments and we'll catch you next time. In that hat, you have to be subscribed. So make sure you like, comment your guess, and then go ahead and subscribe. And I'll make sure to send it to you if you win.